Hey, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Now rocking with Cowboys for Life podcast. Back in full effect. Back in full effect. Just want to thank each and every one of you guys. Each and every one of you guys for comment, liking, and subscribing. Um, yeah, man, I miss you guys. Took a little week off. As you know, if you watched the previous videos, I was away on job training, so I was stuck in a hotel for 2 weeks, and I was making content, but it was a little choppy and not up to my standards, I would say. But we back, man. We back home. We back home, and I'm excited to be back home. My family and friends, and it's been an amazing weekend. But now back to regular scheduled program. So what we're gonna jump into today is first off the rip is your boy Trevon Diggs. I'm a huge fan of Trey. I'm a huge fan of Trey, but I'm also critical of Trey. Uh, as you all know, Trey started his career back in 2020 during COVID year. His first season was pretty much trash. Trash. He was getting torched left and right. But he showed a lot of effort, a lot of effort. So that gave us a little bit of hope, going into the next year. And of course, Mike Nolan's system didn't help him in any way whatsoever. It always had every DB trailing that whole entire season, blown coverages, at least 2 to 3 a game. A whole, it was bad. 2020 was bad, and y'all remember that season before things turned around. They went and got Dan Quinn. Second year, he led the league with interceptions. I think it was 13 picks that season. Yeah, 13 or 14 picks. And I would say the 2023 season is when we had he hurt himself. He got hurt the second game of the season against the Jets. That was the, you know, Aaron Rodgers finally back. And week prior to that, Aaron Rodgers went down with his injury. Then, Trayvon came and had his injury, and that was a huge blow. That was a huge blow. That hurt me because that season was supposed to be a promising season right there. I believe if we definitely had Trayvon Diggs, we could have went very far that year. I think that's the same year we lost again to the 49ers, of course. It's not surprising. But I definitely think that he would have definitely helped us. I'm not saying we would have beat the 49ers because, yeah, that's a whole nother story. Anyway, so he went down. That was a huge blow for everyone because you've seen it clearly. The next game that they played against Arizona, the whole team was like, they did not come prepared. They did not come to play. You could tell their moms was back in Dallas on Trayvon, and they couldn't believe it because they really believed that that was their season right there. So it took them a few games for them to adjust to life without him. So going forward, then we had the 2024 season, and he came back, and he did okay. He did okay for the most part. Just like everyone that's coming from an ACL injury. Um, I don't believe that you're ever fully healed. I don't care what technology is out there. You're not yourself to the following year. So I didn't expect too much from him. He had a few picks. I think he had 2 or 3, and before he went down with that knee injury. Now, the reason why I'm talking about this is because we've seen a lot of posts and a lot of people talking about trading. That the Cowboys are looking to trade Trayvon Diggs, and I'm here to tell you that it's not true. Simply not true. How do I know this? Because I have my sources as well that work inside the building. Um, yeah, and that's no BS there. Um, I do have family members, uh, close family members, that work inside the building, very close with the team, and that's not true. Trayvon Diggs is not going anywhere, at least for now, at least for another season. I would say, at least for another season. Um, Releasing him post June 1 cut is only going to save you $9 million if you let him go this year. So, um, in all the talks, I was watching who was it? AOC earlier. Shout out to AOC and Foots. Um, cool podcasters. I disagree with a lot, especially with AOC. Definitely disagree a lot with Clint. Clint be talking crazy. We ain't gonna go there. But Yeah, man. For the most part, they speak of his. Not only did his play dip, that they feel as though he could. Excuse me, I definitely kicked my camera. We back. Okay. They believe that Trayvon's is expendable, and he's not going to be the same player and come back. Let me tell you one thing about Trayvon Diggs, and I just noticed because I know those type of guys. Those type of guys who's quiet, laid back to themselves. You know, those be the most scariest people to be around because they are definitely headstrong and head driven. Trayvon hear all this talk about y'all talking about him, bro. Trust me, he hear it all. He uses it as motivation. And you think that rookie season, all that talk about him, that not you cannot tell me did not boost him to come out that second year and lead the league in interceptions. You can't tell me. Then now you have people talking about his rehab last year. He didn't take it serious. Um, do I believe that? I definitely don't believe that because I've seen him training a few times, like personally seen him training. And he had it. He was determined, and he had that grit. He wasn't listening to the outside and hearsay, she says type stuff. He was just focused. He was locked in, man. And as far as the inside, as far as his training, his rehab, I should say, the rehab was. I don't know. I don't know. I think I think he looked like an injury, a guy that's came back from ACL injury. I don't care who the hell you work with. Even if he didn't work as hard, he still came back. He was ready for what was that week two, week 1 or 2 of the season. He was ready. You know, so it's not like he was short because remember he got hurt the second game of the season, so he had plenty of time to be ready. He was definitely ready by game 1 of the season. So say they didn't take his rehab serious is kind of baffling to me, whether he did or not. But as you see on your screen, homeboy is taking it serious. He's in the rehab center. He's doing what he needs to do. And yeah, I, I'm not trading him. I'm definitely not trading him. It's not an option for me. You know. What else? What else are we gonna do? You trade Trayvon Diggs, right? Not only do you create another hole on your team, because right now we got too many holes for me to even count. So who else are you gonna replace him with? Who else? Jordan Lewis is a slot player. He's not good on the outside. Not bland. All right, he locking down one side. Who's gonna do the other side? You gonna count on a free agent to come in? Nah, I'm just not. I'm just not going down that road. I said we give it another year to see what he can do, see if he can bounce back, and he don't have to come back and be interception type Trey. Just lock down a spot like Byron Jones did. Byron Jones had no picks, and that's what led to him not being re-signed, which is stupid to me. But if you could do that, I'm cool with that. Now, the only thing that we all have a problem with him, Trayvon, is his toughness as far as coming in attack, putting his nose where he needs to. He always make business decisions. So, like I said, man, I hope working with Dr. Sharif Tabith, whatever it is, who's well known throughout the NFL as far as his rehab. A lot of people even travel from other teams just to come down and trade with him. So I'm excited to see what he's going to do, and we just gonna have to wait and see. I don't think it's worth trading him. And very quickly, we're going to touch on a few other things I would like to touch on. Your boy Osa, yes, he's close to a contract, very very close. They looking in the 5 year range, which makes sense because of some fact that I don't think he's going to be here for 5 years, but 5 years gives you the chance to stretch out that money. And more money in your pocket means more opportunity to possibly spend in free agency. If not this year, definitely next year. But I think having Osa back is really good. I'm glad they're not willing to pay that 25, that 24.5 that he was that the market demanded from him. So if you could bring him under $19 million a year, do I still think that's a lot? Hell yeah. For Osa, who's never been to had an All Pro, never been to a Pro Bowl, Um, I think we just caught him on his good year, and then we caught him during the back end of the season when we was playing all, I ain't gonna say garbage teams, but average to garbage teams. You know, when the competition wasn't that stiff. So, like I said, if you can stretch that money, what it is, what it is. As long as you ain't paying them 24.5, I'm fine. I think they get a deal done. They might have to throw the cap on the franchise tag on them. So they throw the franchise tag on them, and they eventually get the deal worked out before July, before the deadline, before it goes that franchise tag of 25 million goes to full effect. Ain't no way Cowboys gonna let that go. Never. If you follow the Cowboys track record, everyone that they pretty much franchise tag from Dalton Schultz to DeMarcus Ware, Dak Prescott, um, um, and, and plenty of players. I can't remember. Des Bryant. Uh, yeah, they tend to always get them done. It just gives them a little longer to figure things out. But hopefully by tomorrow, which will be Tuesday, let this all be all said and done. And the good thing is they are talking about Parsons. Parsons' contract has began. It is now underway. Uh, I like to think that the Cowboys are doing something different this year. Excuse me. They are doing something different this year, and I like it. I truly do like it. But am I gonna get my hopes up? Heck, heck no. I'm trying not to curse. Heck no, I don't think they are. Until I see different. So far, they have been doing some things differently. Jerry Jones not talking. He has not talking a whole lot this entire offseason. Now, I don't know if it has anything to do with his case that comes up this fall. I doubt it because that allegation has been going on for years. I want to say, like 2, 3 years now. So he's still been himself. So I would like to think that that has nothing to do with it. I think it's probably taking a different approach. And Jerry normally tends to be quiet when he has something up his sleeve or he's working on something big. That could be a huge trade. That could be a huge trade that's coming up. We don't know. Be a trade or signing a big player. I am very excited about it to see if something does happen. And we're going to sit back and wait and see. We're going to sit back and wait and see. But he did not interview at the combine whatsoever all 3 days that they were down there. And yeah, man. So as far as that, Jerry he's changing. So far, so good. Um, so let's moving right along. I would say let's touch on the Cooper Cup. From what I'm hearing, Cooper Cup that they're not going to go after a wide receiver. Bro, I have I want to say I don't want to say a love hate relationship, but I'm split. I'm torn. How about that? Because Cooper, as great as he was, this dude's always hurt, man. Just like the Debo Samuels trade. Dude is always hurt. I think he's washed. Bro. He's at the end of his career. He doesn't have it anymore. You gotta think about it. The first 4 years of Debo's career, all he doing was running through freaking traffic with no seatbelt on. Head-on collisions every game. That takes a toll on your body. Yeah, that name Debo and all that stuff. Like, I'm telling you, man, homeboy was going through it. He was going through it. It looked good, but after a while, your body said, all right, man, enough is enough. And I think he has definitely caught up to Debo, as well as Cooper Cup. His always soft tissue injuries. Remember, Miles Austin always had the soft tissue injuries. I don't want another Miles Austin. You bring in a Cooper Cup. I mean, I would have rather Cup than Debo. I simply don't even like Debo. I don't. Just from the Niner days of going through it with them in the playoffs, and all he did was run his mouth. Uh, so I'm not a fan of him whatsoever. But Cooper Cup, yeah, I believe he could come in. The games that he is healthy, which is not going to be many of them. Um, I think he could do something for us. So that'd be a nice little, 1-2 punch with him and CD. Take some pressure off CD, and then your big body be Mingo, I guess, because like I said, they don't think they they in the market for wide receivers because they think Mingo is that next guy. And that's the thing I hate about them, because they really think that 4th-round pick that they use is really like they see it as their draft pick, which is the most stupidest thing in the world. You seen homeboy when he came over here. He did not do anything. You could blame it on coaching and all the things you want to. You were available for a reason. Now, granted, Carolina was a trash team. He lost it over there. Maybe he lost all types of hope. Maybe, they took his powers like space trams. I don't know. But when he did have his opportunities, he was not consistent over here in Dallas towards the end of the season. So I would like to see what he possibly brings to the table this offseason. Granted that we don't pick up another wide receiver, which I think is still going to pick up another wide receiver, because Jalen Tolbert got to get the hell out of here. I'm sorry. I'm not playing this safe crap no more. I am not playing this safe crap no more with Jalen Tolbert, Brandon Cooks, even though Brandon Cooks is done. His contract is up. I don't believe they're bringing him back. But I'm not doing all these C-list celebrities. I mean, C-list players, man. C and D play. I cannot do it. I cannot do it. Yes, Jalen Tolbert worked his way up, but he's not it, bro. He's not it. Let him come when somebody get injured. How about that? You the backup. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm not going to hold y'all too long. Got a few other things I got lined up coming up this week. I will be releasing to you guys. So, and just very quickly, I see came across the screen earlier before I got on. Darius Slay was released by the Eagles. So what? So what? What do you want? Don't tell me you want him. Don't tell me you want him over Trevon Diggs. Darius Slay did nothing for them in the Super Bowl. He did nothing for them all season. It was those rookies that did their thing, but Darius Slay was always hurt. He was leaving the lineup every other game. Another older veteran who was too friendly, like Micah. That's not good. I hate it. Don't have no dog in him. So I don't want that. I don't want that. So you can keep that. But I'm going to end with this. And I want to say that I'm happy I'm back, man. Got to get in the rhythm of things. But we're going to get it going, So don't forget, we still them boys, all right? We still them boys, man. So until next time, I appreciate you. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, man. Catch you on the next one.
We ride together. We die together.